7 days to go now, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a Premier League signing 11 in which I talk about the best player who has signed this summer in each position, and I've sort of made a team of all the new signings. So I know I couldn't include everyone, so if you guys have a different opinion to me, feel free to put it in the comment section below. But now let's get started in goal, and in goal I have Martin Stekelenburg, the Dutch international goalkeeper. It was either between him or Mignolet, and to be honest I decided to put in Stekelenburg. I mean, he's played in a World Cup final and he's a pretty well known keeper, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. Next up I have Steven Caulker, who signed for Cardiff from Spurs. I mean, he's a young English international, well, he's got one cap I think, and he didn't get too much game time last season, but when he did play he did look solid, so it'll be interesting to see how he does for Cardiff this year. Next up I have Kolo Touré accompanying him, and he signed for Liverpool from City. And yeah, he's got on a bit, he's not too young anymore. I think he's 32 or 33, someone could correct me. But he's experienced and he sort of knows the Premier League pretty well, so he could be a good signing for Liverpool. And the final defender I have is Lovren, I don't know how to say his name, sorry. And he signed for Southampton for something like 8.5 million. I've not seen him play too much, but I've heard really good things about him, so I look forward to seeing him in the Premier League this season. Now we're going to move on to the midfielders. I'll start with the two central defensive midfielders, and first up we have Paulinho, who signed for Tottenham, who initially broke their transfer record before they signed Soldado, and I watched him play in the Confederation Cup and he looks a really solid player who I think is going to fit into the Premier League really quickly, so I'm excited about that. And next up we have Victor Wanyama, who signed for Southampton, and he was SPL Player of the Year last season. And he's just generally a bit of a tank, isn't he? You know, he scored against Barcelona in the Champions League, and I think he could do really well in the Premier League. And so next on we'll move to left midfield, where we have Andre Schürrle, who signed for Chelsea, and he's just generally a great player, isn't he? The German international, and he'll have to compete a lot for places in Chelsea, but I reckon he could get quite a bit of game time. He's well established and a really good player. In right midfield we have Jesus Navas, who signed from Sevilla for City. And yeah, he's just generally a great player, not too much to say about him really. You know, he's great at crossing and he's really quick, and I think he'll fit in excellently in the Premier League. And so in CAM we have Jovetic. He's a really skillful player, and it'll be interesting to see how much game time he gets at City with so much competition. But if he is able to play a lot, then I reckon he can make a huge impact on their season. And so finally we'll move on to the strikers now. And first up we have Wilfred Boney, who signed for Swansea, and well, his record speaks for himself really. I think it's like something like 32 goals in 31 games, and someone's going to check that for me, I know. But yeah, he's just generally a bit of a tank, and pre-season him and Michu have linked up extremely well, so I reckon Swansea could have a good season ahead of him. And then the other striker I have in this team is Soldado, who signed for Spurs, Spain international, and he's just generally a really calm head in front of goal. And I think he'll provide them something that they lacked last season a lot, someone just in the box to finish off chances. And so that concludes my team. Feel free to leave your opinion on who you would change in the comment section below. And this has been CurryForMario. Peace.